Hello, hello. And it's Tuesday and it's about 2 o'clock and it's time to craft. And so we are going to make some more um, alternative cards for the August paper pumpkin. And so this is Renee, independent demonstrator, and we're going to be going live in just a second. All right, everybody. I think you see me. We are live on Facebook and everything is a go. I believe that. And so I will check again as usual. I'll check that it is on Facebook and see that, let's see if I can get there. I might not know how to. Oh, it's all right. I'm pretty sure that I am there. So I am not going to worry. All right. So here we go. It's about 2 o'clock. It's a few minutes before, and we're going to have some alternative cards with the August paper pumpkin. It's great. You get 8 of these and you get 3 of each card, and you get 4 of these, and then there's these flowers like this that you get 3 of, and I've shown you the stamp set is gorgeous and you've seen it all. Matter of fact, last week I did go ahead and show you how to make these 2 alternative cards. All right, and so these are 2 alternatives. One of these, I guess, would be kind of a fancy fold in some ways, but it's a fancy card. It's a little different in terms of the cutting. This, I call this my pop-up gatefold. I do have the directions on how to make a card like this. All right, and I did do a live here, but you can go to YouTube and see this one. All right. And so this is that gatefold YouTube card that stands like this. So you can see that. I just love this style of card. I don't know why, but I do. And so today we've got another one. And I did see this online, and I'm going to tell you the name of that person because I did put it, I did take a picture of her name so I wouldn't forget her name. So let's see that I can find that. Let's hope I can find that. And she is, I might not have her name here. I will put it in the comments if I don't have it here. Yes, it's Laura Geffert. It's Laura Geffert. Yes, fantastic. So thank you, Laura Geffert, for your inspiration. She used the pomegranate stamp set, the host stamp set to do this kind of a card, and I'm using the paper pumpkin. It's, if you take out, these are 2 of the cards, and so this would be how they would be normally. I went ahead and turned them upside down. I turn them upside down and I turn them inside out. Okay, so we all got that on both of these. I turn them upside down and inside out. That's how this is going to work. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to score them at 2 1/8 and 2 1/8 on that front flap. All right, which ends up now to be this flap. All right, so again, just to make sure we understand how I did this, I go ahead and this is the front of it, and I go ahead and I turn it upside down, then I open it, and then the score is going to be on this side. The score, that 2 1/8 of an inch, which is basically just half of that front page is going to be folded in half. Then what I'm going to do, and you do that to both of these, okay? So this is upside down, inside out. That front flap gets folded back, and that's the first step, all right? So you can do it with either one. I'm going to do it with this one. I'll bring back the other one here and there. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your score tool, and once you're at 2 1/8, you're going to go ahead and go over 2 1/8 again. And I do it upside down, so it makes it easier. Okay, so I'm going to score then 2 1/8. All right, actually what I do is I'll do it this way so it's easier. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to go 2 1/8. So you do the back side, 2 1/8. Not 2 1/4, 2 1/8. And I go down with my score tool 2 1/8. All right. So I fold this, then which is the front. I know this kind of looks complicated, but it's not. You fold in half the front, then you go ahead to the inside of the card now, and you're going to go ahead and flip it over, and then you're going to go 2 1/8 and score down 2 1/8. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take it over here like this and go 2 1/8, and you're going to go to that score line that you created on your front page and go simply to that other score line. So you're going to cut through all the way. All right. So the magic number is 2 1/8 from both ends. So 2 1/8 from the left end, 2 1/8 in from the right end, and 2 1/8 down. So everything is 2 1/8. So I hear something going on. I'm not sure what that is, but we can get rid of that for sure. That'll just hang up, I'm sure. All right. So once that is done, you have your fold, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the flowers. I can see that changed that orientation. Sorry about that. So there we go. So once that happens, you're going to take one of these that comes from the kit. You're going to take one of these, and you can either cut out, die cut out, punch out a circle or any shape you like, which is going to go up here. And then this is going to go right here in this corner. All right. And I will stamp that for you. For this one, I did not use any saying. I just put it right on the paper. I did not use any label or anything like that. And basically, that would be it. Now, what I did do, which I want to show you, is before I stamp that, I went ahead and opened it up. And of course, I did put this stamp, which comes from the kit. And then what I do is I take my 2 bugs and I place them where I want them. And I literally do this way. And I go, okay, I want one there and one there. That's where it's going to be. Then I would take my larger block, okay, and you can take your D block, and then I just go ahead and pick them up that way. Once they are picked up, I go ahead and ink them, and I did use the soft suede, okay, and I go ahead and I ink them, and then I go ahead and just place it down where I want it, and so they're already set. I did the same exact thing with these with the D block. I figure out where I want it. Now here, of course, I did not, but these 2, I did the exact same thing. So a lot of times when you're trying to orient something small, you might try and use that little trick to get 2 of them done at a time. It's pretty fun. All right, so I did have my love here because what I intend to do is I want to leave this just like this. I'm not going to put anything else there. I did want to say love, and then my little message is going to be right in here in that 2 1/8. All right, with my signature. All right, so that's plenty. If you want more, you can go to the back, but I think that that's plenty. You can also write all the way across if you want, but I want to leave that clean. All right, so now I'm going to show you how we stamp this with my crushed curry. And here, again, I'm not using those pads, those little ink spots, because I might be giving those away to a new customer or to a friend or something like that. All right, to stamp these again, you just are going to go on here and kind of center it where you believe the center is. And just go ahead and stamp down. Now, last time I only stamped once because I felt that that was enough. But all you have to do is rotate and stamp again if you want, okay? But I don't know, I'm pretty happy always with this. So I don't want to stamp it anymore. So I'm pretty satisfied with that, but you can do 45. So you put it down there, you stamp it, and you turn it 45, or you can turn it all the way 90, and that works as well. But for some reason, I'm pretty happy with that one stamping. I think it's plenty for me. All right, so the next thing is to get the center. And so I'm going to do the center, and this is that soft suede that comes with it. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that soft suede in there. And you can go ahead and put some more if you like in there. Somebody else rotated this as well. So you can go ahead and do that and make it even. I forget who showed me that, but you can rotate this as well, which will make it a nice little center. You can take your Winkostella, if you have some, and Winkostella your center if you like. I like to Winkostella my centers of my flowers, just to make them pop a little bit, but you don't have to do that. And I'm just dotting it so it doesn't smear too much. There you go. I like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this down, okay? And then this on top, and that's how it's going to stay. So basically what I'm going to do is something like that. It's very, very simple. Since it's a pop-up, as you know, when it's a pop-up, I'm not a big fan of there it is. I'm not too big of a fan of then you can go like that, have it hang off a little bit. So it's good. So my glue went there and there. I didn't do too much glue on the end, so I'm good. You sure don't want to have any glue at that end. That is for sure. Then I thought another bee right here would be kind of cute. And so then I can take that bee and put that bee right on top of there, which then also helps with, let's get some glue on there. Sometimes it's easier just to put the glue where you want the bee, there, right there. And then so that you can just take your bee and put your bee right there. Right there. Keep that down a little bit. And really, that is all your card needs. Now you can go ahead if you wanted to embellish some more, you could go ahead and do something like that. But I don't think this card needs more embellishment. And so when it stands like this, and you can see that they will see the love there, and then the names right there, and that'll be a lovely little card. See how cute that is? Very simple. Just need those cuts. You don't even have to put it upside down. I did because of what I wanted to do, but it's, again, very, very simple. Remember, score all the way down 2 1/8. Then on the other side, so on the left side, score all the way down 2 1/8. On the right side of the card, go ahead and just go 2 1/8 inch down from 2 1/8 from the edge. So that'll help you. All right, so it's fairly simple. The middle score line is already there, so that's not a problem. And then you cut, you go down 2 1/8 and you cut all the way across. And there is your lovely, simple card. I just don't think it could get any easier. And so the same thing I did with this one. I just took it, and basically what you can do, maybe this is easier just to explain and make sure people understand, just flip it, okay? So this was the card as is, okay? And so I'm gonna go like that, and then, okay? And then I'm just going to rotate it. So this is my left side. This ends up to be the front flap. And again, 2 1/8, 2 1/8, down and score, and then cut all the way from 2 1/8, right, to those two lines. All right, so this one I did want to show you. I would do this a little bit differently. Again, I did have, so you can see with the other one, it works just as well. I did post my sister's card that we did last night together, and that worked out really well. And it's the same concept. The difference is I would go ahead and put this down here, okay, as your sentiment right here, going something like that and like that. So you see something like that of an idea. And then I would add some bees here and there again, probably 3 bees, probably one right here, one on the hive for sure, keeping it down, and probably one right here, over here somewhere, like this, just like that. And there you go, you have another card. All right, they're very easy, very simple. Cut your little circle, get your little piece out. This all comes from the kit. These 2 pieces come from the kit. This, bees, all of it. So fun, so easy. And I think that you'll love it. And again, with this one, what I did is, again, I went ahead and positioned them and then stamped. The difference is I used my Wrights, which I absolutely love. These are Wrights. And I used my Blackberry Bliss Wrights, and I used my Mossy Meadow Wright. And so I can go ahead and color parts of it. And then I used a blender pen to go ahead and smooth that out. You could use water to smooth that out. I used a blender pen to go ahead and make some coloring on the inside, as you can see here. So that was kind of fun. All right, so that's all that one would be, okay? So now what we have is, I want to show you believe it or not, a third card, because I knew these would be fast because I had these set up. I want to show you another idea that I had, which is typically when you see these cards, you go ahead and do something like this. Well, this one can stand. So it stands up just like this. And what you do is you float you float this right here. Okay, so what I did is I did have to cut an envelope. All right, I did cut up again an envelope the same way, just the sides, a real thin sliver from the sides. Then what I did is with the top flap part, this part, I just cut it off, right? And then I cut this in half because I need an edge. I need an edge, so I'm going to put that edge there and cut off the excess. So you'll see how I do that momentarily. Then with this, I decided this would be my pop-up using the green card. So you see all 3 cards. I simply score it at 2 1/8. It's another 2 1/8. Then I took this piece, which comes from the kit, and then I cut this to fit the back. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to cut this to 3 7/8 by 5 1/16. It's an odd number, but you can go ahead and mark your envelope with pencil marks the size of this so that you can then go ahead and cut it with your tool very easily. So my plan is to use this background, all right? And so the area that will get the glue is the center here. Okay, that's fine. And the edge here, and here is fine. And here is fine, and there's fine. And pretty much, since I made it fit to the edge, I'm just going to put a little bit, you know how I do. Anything that goes over that frame is going to go over this. So this piece that I cut. And so that goes right there on top. And I have my backing. Now I have a sturdy backing that will allow that to pop up. Now, if you look at the mechanism, it's simply 2 pieces. It's simply 2 little pieces folded in half. This was a perfect size, okay? So this ended up to be about 2 1/4 inches is just fine. What you want to make sure is, no matter what you do, what you want to make sure is that it's not longer than the paper. That's all that really matters. It can be longer or shorter, but you want it so that it goes ahead and is not longer than the paper. And what I'm going to do is, if you see this fold, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it about the center, and I'm going to glue that down. Okay, and then it pops up like that. You see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue. I'm going to glue it down here like this. And you see that the opening is to the outside, not the inside. All right. The opening is to the outside, not the inside. So it's going to go right here about the center, at the center, right here, right? And this is going to go at the center, right here, right across from it. Try to keep it straight. There you go. There you go. I always craft at a little bit of a distance, so it makes it a little bit harder because I can't go quite over it because you won't see then. And what I decided, I had some extra pieces, and I thought, well, just for reinforcement, why not? Why not put these little flaps? They're very thin. You need thicker cardstock. That's why I use these. You can't just use designer paper. Okay, that won't work very well. But I thought, well, let's make it a little more stable. And I'm just going to put another one right there. And then my other one will be right there. And that's all I'm going to do. So this card, again, also what I love about these cards is they're pretty easy and they make an impact. Okay, so now what you do is you're going to glue that on there. Okay, so all you do is you're going to take some glue and you're going to put some glue here, put some glue here, put some glue here, and put some glue here. And then you're going to flatten that and center that card right on top. Center that card right on top. Opa. That should be good. Yeah, that'll be good. Yes. See, so you center that right on top. Just trying to make sure it's centered. Yeah, it's good. Center that right on top. There you go. See? And I do like that it's a little sturdier when it does the pop-up. And so now it'll stand this way and pop up. So I do like that little double hinge. I think that's great. And the hinge is an appropriate color, so it works. All right. Okay, so that works perfectly. It's floater, but it's not as, this one was a little more, I think, jiggly, I think, while this one is not with the two. All right, and so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what I did. I want to take this and make a border. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I make it across. Make sure that I make it across. I have to do it this way. Hold on. Yeah, that's the way. No, I have to do it the other way. So it's that way and that way. And all I'm doing is just making sure that when I glue this, and so this is the end that's going to be on there, that I go ahead and just put a line right here. And I'm going to put that so that I make sure that I cover it completely so that it's covered. And I still, yeah, that's about it. It's a small piece. So that's about it. As you can see here, what I'm going to now do is simply trim it with my scissors. I could use, of course, other DSP. I could actually make DSP with white cardstock, but I wanted to go ahead and use pieces of the envelope since I cut the envelope. So that's that. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? And so now what I'm going to do is, what is going to be my hinge? Well, this is going to be my hinge. And so it is small, but it'll go ahead and be a hinge. And what I'm going to do probably is I'm going to put some, I am not going to put a sentiment there. I'm going to put my sentiment in here. And so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to stamp this with some of the leaves. And I am going to use the mossy meadow, maybe a leaf and a bee. And so maybe I can show you how I do that process. So if that's there, so I'd put that there like that, and a little bee like that going towards. So then when I put that on, it would go this way. So I'll do it more like that. I'm going to put it on this way. And so that'll go like that. So there you go. There it is. I'm going to pick it up now. Now I'm going to do it is true. I'm going to do the leaf in mossy meadow. So here is my pen for the mossy meadow. I don't know that that is working as well as it has been, but so what I will do is I will go ahead and just go to the corner. Just went to the corner here because they're far enough. That looks good. That should be good. And then with my bee, I'm going to go ahead and use that soft suede that I've had. And the soft suede is right here. And I'm just going to do the bee right here. Just so it doesn't dry. And then I said that this is the way I was going to do it. So the bee seems to be going, well, that's all right. So there you go. That is the concept, you see? The bee is flying away. And so now what I do is I put that on with dimensionals. And so you do need dimensionals for this. And so what I'm going to do is this is going to go maybe like that. And this has to be on here. So I'm going to put these right here. It was right before the middle. So I'm going to do that and that. And just in case, I'm going to try and put that one right. I'm going to squeeze that one in just so that it stops it. That is your stop. And so we probably can go ahead and put, I think I will put one in back. So that's okay. I just wanted to make sure I got some up front. I know it seems like a lot for this little piece, but it is the stop to hold up the card. So it has to be that way. So I'm going to go actually this way. Yes. And I think I want to take it all the way to that edge and make sure I'm kind of in the center. Yes, yes, yes. And then that will stop that right there like that. And then your card stands up like this. And then you have this as your front. As you can see, it's a fun, lovely card. All right. And so the next thing I would do is I would have a sentiment right here. And so what I would probably do is I would go ahead and do this. And this one says there, like that. And then I would take that block, sometimes putting it like this right at the angle like this will help you keep it straight as well. And I am going to put it in Mossy Meadow. Yeah, that looks good right there. Oh, that didn't go out as well as I had hoped. If it doesn't work, I'll have to use a, I'll have to put my head in probably, or bring it down so that I can see. I think it's there. We'll see. Yes, I made it. I made it. All right. Okay. And I can always fix that up a little bit with the pen, by the way. And that's what I've done in the past. So you can go ahead, not with that end, but with this end. And I lost a little bit that. So I will just take care of that and add some ink here and add some ink there. And that will work. Lately, my pen has been unfortunately running out of ink. But there you go. That takes care of that for a one-of-a-kind friend. And then you have your little stop, and you have this right here, and it pops up, and it's a great, great card. Isn't that fun? All right. So those are two other alternatives that I think are a lot of fun. And you can make from this great, great card. Now, it is true that you see that, and you can use white cardstock, and you can color it. For example, I can go ahead and color this green, so it's the same, but it depends on you. All right. And the person is not looking down like that, so it looks okay. They are looking at it from the front side. All right, isn't that fun? All right, so thank you very much. Hope you have a great day. I will see you next week. Matter of fact, I will see you next week with a new style card for me. It's been around, but I'm excited about it. And I will be starting the Halloween cards, if you're interested in Halloween cards and alternate cards, and maybe some treat boxes. We'll see about those. And so have a great day, and heart, comments. Hope you enjoy this. All right. Bye-bye now.